MONSPEET got a Holy Relic. Looks pretty nice. And the effect is actually pretty cool. It essentially is Kyo's passive. So at the beginning of each turn, he applies 3 ignites to all enemies. And it lasts for, I believe, 3 turns. And for each ignite increases his damage by 3% up to 10 times. Will this make MONSPEET a monster of PvP? No, it will not. But we'll try our best to make it work. Now, his passive, I believe, only works if you have a full demon team. Let me retranslate this. Okay, sorry. His passive applies 3 ignites if it's a full demon team. If it's not a full demon team, it applies 2 ignites. So, let's see what we can do. Okay, Hell team straight up. Let's see right away what MONSPEET can do here. Let's see right away. How much damage is it going to be doing? Not much. I mean, the thing is, right? This is a really cool passive. This passive that he just got is a passive that should have been on MONSPEET like a year ago. Maybe even longer ago. But the case of the matter is, MONSPEET came out so long ago that his stats are so unbelievably low, it's laughable. Like, his stats are just so atrocious that it just obviously makes no sense that he would be good, right? So that's the big issue. That is the main issue. You're getting the ignites, but you're really giving it to other units, right? You're not getting the ignites to make MONSPEET hit any hard. He won't. He will not. So you're just kind of hoping that your other units are going to hit hard enough. But the problem is that right now, I mean, here's the thing. December, we're probably getting new Meliodas. That's the highly likely scenario. Demons are pretty bad right now. Like, Goddesses are probably the current meta team, if I had to say. New festival list and everything like that. And like Hell teams are, I believe, unbeatable with a setup like this. If you're using this like MONSPEET team I'm using, and this is probably the best team. I can't really imagine there's a better one, to be honest. I don't find that you can really beat a Hell team against a real player. Like, this is a bot. Against a real player, unlikely. So, although the relic is really cool, the effect is really cool, it's not usable. It's just simply not usable. And that's a problem, you know? Like, they take so long to make relics for these old characters that once the relics come out, it doesn't matter what it does. Unless it's something like Nanashi, right? Where the character is not actually going to be used and he's just going to be in the back. Like, how am I going to use this character? You just won't. You can't. So, you know, I think that this is exactly why we need stat buffs on characters. Right? Like, an old character like this needs a stat buff to make their relic worth making, because this is being made with the materials from the new demonic beast, or newer, right? Yeah, that's unfortunate. It's the newer demonic beast. Now, if I'm a low-end player, I only have so many relics I can make with those new materials. They're hard to gather in comparison. I'm not gonna make this MONSPEET relic, and it came out for the 4.5 anniversary. This is the 4.5 anniversary relic right here. It's a good relic, it's not a good character. a unrunnable character. So, you know, maybe there could be potential for you to use this in PvE. I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure, if I'm honest. So, you know, I guess it is what it is, you know? I guess it just is what it is. They have released relics like this before, and they will likely continue releasing more and more relics like this, where it's a good idea, and I appreciate the idea behind the relic, but I will just never use it. Outside of the one showcase I'm gonna be making for MONSPEET right now, today, I will never, or let's not say never, unlikely that I will ever use this relic again. So it's not a big deal for me. I don't even know how many materials for the demonic beast, right? But even if I did have infinite materials, what's the point of crafting the relic? Box CC? I don't like the argument that a lot of people make when something bad releases, but people are like, oh, but it's box CC. A bad unit comes out. Oh, but it's box CC. I'm gonna summon for box CC. I just don't understand. Box CC is a fake... How should I put this? Is a fake necessity, right? It was something that was created that you don't necessarily need, and just by having more of it, it doesn't necessarily make your gaming experience better, right? Having a new shiny unit that you like using and you use a lot does make your gaming experience better. It for sure does. Increasing your box CC by 45,000, I don't think so. That was a big argument people were making when some of the very garbage characters were being voted for one of those banner votes a long time ago. The recent banner votes we've been had are very good, actually. Comparatively to what we've had in the past, they've been pretty good. But we've had some stinkers, right? And, you know, people would say, oh, but, you know, a lot of people don't have this. Even if the character is dog shit, a lot of people don't have this character. It's good for box CC. Alright. Good characters are not being voted. Characters that people could use dupes for, which also gives box CC. Not as much, but it gives box CC. Dupes for good characters are not being voted for. But a terrible character is. I don't see how that's a real strong, selling point. I just don't see it, but maybe it's because personally I don't even push for box CC. If you saw me, I have 15 million, but that's just by naturally summoning for every character, etc. Right? I don't go crazy for box CC like some of my friends do. Some of my big time guild people I know. They really push for CC. I believe one of my buddies, Jabez, he's like 16 million box CC. I think so, or maybe he's more. It's like, I guess I could. I just don't see how that like. That's not gonna really make me go, whoopee, my gaming experience is so much better. Personally, right? That's different. Like, people have different ways they like playing the game. Of course. And I mean, I just went on a really weird tangent about box CC for no reason. Like, for no reason. I was just kind of mentioning how, you know, yeah, you're gonna get some box CC if you make it, but it doesn't really matter. that was supposed to end there. That was supposed to end there. This is how little I have to talk about for this relic. There's nothing else to it because the character is just really bad. The character is bad, both MONSPEETs are bad, and you're never gonna use this. Maybe for like a weird PvE activity, you can, maybe the ignites could be good, like, you know, that Croc boss. Sure. Yeah, and that's really it, right? So, in any case, there you go.